Hey y'all, Richard from No Pants Profits, still coming to you with no pants and hopefully plenty of profits. And today we're going to do a deep dive on the stock. This is not an IPO because there's not many IPOs coming out recently. This is a stock that's kind of sailed under the radar. And I every Tuesday night I go play a nice fun game of poker at my local brewery. One of my local breweries. I frequent a lot of them in my Hawaiian shirts and that lifestyle. I had a friend who's been mentioning for the past few weeks a company called Flywire, Flywire. Now, I'm not going to lie, when someone mentions something, I don't write it down or anything like that. I just buy a few shares here or there. I'll purchase a few shares of it. And I want to show you kind of what I bought. And we're going to do this research live. I've not done much research on Flywire. I don't know about their financials. I don't know about anything. All I know is what's inside of the Robinhood application. So let me show you what I bought Flywire based on. Honestly, I looked it up. He said, hey, take a look at this company called Flywire. A lot of news going around it, and it's undervalued and stuff like that. And I said, okay, I'll take a look at it. And if I'm taking a look, what you'll see is this is the page that got me really quite interested, is when we're talking about analyst ratings. I'm going to wait for that, hopefully, to catch up for a second. It's a little bit behind. But if you do look at the Robinhood application, here we go. There are 9 analyst ratings, and 88%, so 8 out of 9, are saying to buy, and 11% or 89%, and 11%, which is 1 out of the 9, is saying to hold. So I was like, I'll give it a try. I bought 100 shares at first, and then I bought another additional 100. I'll show you. I'll give you the dating there. So I bought one share, I think. Yeah, I bought 1 share on March 8th just to put it on my radar. I bought 99 shares on March 9th because I looked at the Morningstar stuff. And I bought quite a little bit more, and I should have about 200 shares now. So I've got about 200 shares right now of Flywire, and if we do take a look at what's going on with Flywire, you can see very honestly, they don't make money. I mean, they don't make a profit. They may make money, but they don't make a profit. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look at their business model. We're going to figure out what the hell they do. I mean, if we look at Robinhood, what we'll see is, again, I'm not saying do all your research on Robinhood. Trust me. It's just a pretty app and works well on video. Sorry. Flywire Corp engages in the provision of global payment and receivable solution. The firm serves education, healthcare, travel, and business sectors. The company was founded by someone in July 2009, so it's kind of old. Just to take a look, let's see how long it's been around when it IPO'd. So it seemed to IPO May or June of last year for $34, and it's sitting under its IPO valuation right now, and it's been on a roller coaster. Woo, 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 going down. So you see that roller coaster, and that could be a bit of concern for some people. But I will tell you, since I got in just for giggles, I got in just for giggles. It's already up 4.45%. It was up a little bit more and had a bit of a day on. Today is March 31st of 2022. I'm sorry for not saying that. It's about 1:30 in the morning Eastern time. But it's had a little bit of a rough patch there. But what I want to do is I want to go to their website. I want to look at their finance site. I want to look at their Twitter. I want to look at their YouTube. I want to look at everything. This is a deep dive. This is going to go on for a little bit. But if you are interested in this stock, this is probably one of the best overviews you're going to get of this stock. So we'll take a look maybe at options as well at the end too. But let's jump to a deep dive right here. So this is flywire.com. So I guess that there's a big button right on the top that says make a payment, because Flywire is an accounts payable solution. So you can send somebody a invoice, and then when they've got that invoice, they make a payment. So delivering the most important and complex payments, whether in education, healthcare, travel, or technology, Flywire has the vertical specific insight and technology that enables organizations to optimize the payment experience for their customers. Oh, give me a... So, again, very nice pitch deck. Nice pitch deck here, but what I'm looking for is I would love to see a quick video overview, but they have a global payment network, so they can take different currencies. I think that's one of the major things about Flywire. If I'm looking at their main website, you'll notice that this is something a little different than you'll see. When you deal with a lot of accounts payable things, they're payable in dollars, or they're payable in yen, or they're payable in pounds, or they're payable in Canadian loonies, or they're payable in... I unfortunately don't see a Bitcoin symbol there yet. But, if we look at their industries, But I want to go see if they have a YouTube channel. So give me just a second. Payments for everybody. We do have some specialties. Okay, so they're saying they've built specific stuff for education, for healthcare, for travel, for B2B is what they've really done that. And you can use steps in the modern age of payments. I don't want to get a demo. Payer's preferred method of payment. Contact us. Make a payment. Let's see if we got a YouTube page. FLYWIRE. Oh. FLYWIRE. Ah, here we go. So let's take a look at their YouTube page, and we'll take a look at what's going on here. I'm gonna pause myself right here. This is actually from almost exactly a year ago. So let's take a look at how they pitch themselves on their YouTube. This has 4,170 views as of March 31st, 2022. But I will hide myself and we'll take a look.
There's no doubt that at some point you've had to make an important payment through a digital platform, and you would expect paying for things to be easy. However, many organizations still have complex, time-consuming, and confusing payment experiences. At Flywire, we make the experience for you to pay simple, transparent, and fast. We help you find the best way to complete the most important and complex payments, all in one convenient platform. Flywire simplifies complex bank transfers and helps you navigate international exchange rates. We're partnered with leading banks and financial institutions around the globe, so transactions are seamless. And we offer familiar and local payment options available to you, so you can choose the best method to complete your payment. Your money will reach its destination quickly and securely. We know people need to be able to navigate today's globalized world without letting borders dictate the way they pay. And we're taking this on industry by industry to digitize the payment experience for organizations across education, healthcare, travel, and B2B to help you make some of life's most important payments, like tuition and medical care. More than 2,000 organizations trust Flywire to securely process and deliver on their mission-critical payments today. No matter where you are in the world, we're here to deliver on the most important and complex payments.
All right, so that is their overview. You know what? Let's take a look at what it wants to play next, because, yeah.
The world is more connected than ever. But international payments remain complex and costly for businesses and their customers. Without the right system in place to handle payments coming from around the world, your business may waste time identifying and reconciling payments, get hit with wire fees, or miss out on revenue from customers who can't easily pay in their home currency. But when you adopt the right system, you can eliminate hidden fees, get paid faster, enjoy competitive exchange rates, track all incoming payments, receive the full amounts on your invoices, and find easy entrance into new markets. That's what Flywire can do for your business. Flywire is an international payments processor that helps businesses easily and securely collect payments from customers around the world. With our solution, businesses can offer their customers a streamlined international payment experience, customized by country and currency. With Flywire, you'll enjoy multi-currency invoicing, real-time payment tracking, automated reconciliation, convenient local payment methods, and around-the-clock customer support. Best of all, Flywire is a free service to businesses with no startup costs or minimums. We act as an extension of your business. Start transforming your business with Flywire, the premier solution for international business transactions. Contact us today to learn how you can expand your business with Flywire. Visit flywire.com/business to schedule a demo.
All right, so interesting. So that second video was from about a year before the first video, and just looking at this, I freaking love the company because it gets rid of an accounts payable department. They're saying the quiet part. They're not saying the quiet part out loud. This is pitched to CEOs and CFOs and CMOs and all the C-suite level people to say, hey, hire this company and we'll save you hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. I love it. That's an entire accounts payable department. You know, in the end of the day, if you're an investor, profits are more important than people. You can hate me if you want. That was the second name of the channel. That was going to be before No Pants Profits. For, hey, sitting here wearing no pants. It was profits before people. Because profits always come before people in the corporate world. And especially if you're an investor, if you can get companies to adopt this, and the company will save hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, firing the majority of their payroll department, hey, hell, good with me. The only thing that I want to bring up, I just want to see, because it looks very similar to the Filecoin logo, which is a cryptocurrency. Oh my god. Yeah. You'll see, that's kind of like an eye test. You see Filecoin, and you'll see Flywire, and you'll see Filecoin, and you'll see Flywire. Just saying. So let's go ahead. Let's dig on their website. Let's see a little bit more of what they do in the specific industries. Let's see if we've got some videos in education or other things like that. But I think the main goal is it takes care of you making money. That's ooh, I have a virtual assistant for. So hi, I'm your virtual Flywire assistant. Here, let me show you something. Because it's coming up where I am in the corner. Hi, I'm your virtual Flywire assistant. Are you a student or a college university administrator? So let's say I'm an administrator. Great, what are you looking to do? Learn more about student payment plans. So this is interesting. So you know what so this is kind of walking through reconcile payments. So if you need to get payments, instead of having a whole accounts payable department, you can just use Flywire. Reconcile payments. We can help you with that. Oh no, I don't want to do that. But let's just take a look, to show you the different options. Let's go to industries. We'll go to healthcare. I'm pretty sure in healthcare, we should get a different robot. Maybe. No different robot. Okay, so let's take a look at education, because I think this is an interesting place, and I can come back on the screen right now. Manchester Metropolitan University delivers the right equation by using Flywire to initiate 40% more payment plans that help students stay on course. So this is a payment solution that gets rid of your accounts payable department, or let's be honest, drastically reduces your accounts payable department. Something that used to be run by 20, 30, 40 people can be run by 3 people now. So that's what they're pitching. They're not saying the quiet part out loud, but that's what's really going on with this company, and I love it. I love when technology makes people irrelevant. I'm sorry if you work in the accounts payment world, but I love it when technology makes people irrelevant. Okay, let's take a look at this. This isn't too long. This is from Vimeo. It's on their site. You won't find that on YouTube. Let's take a look at the education side. I want to understand what they do specifically.
Education institutions are constantly being asked to do more with less. To attract, engage, and retain students worldwide, while also keeping up with digital transformation trends. Flywire's world-class comprehensive receivable solution helps institutions efficiently improve the student experience by making the billing, payment, and collections process faster, easier, and more secure. From cross-border and domestic education payments to flexible payment plans, AR Collect, and custom e-stores, our products bring innovative, automated technology to every step of your payment process. Backed by our powerful global payment network, first-class security, and around-the-clock multilingual support, we help institutions around the world securely process payments from more than 240 countries and territories in more than 130 currencies to deliver on life's most important moments. Our comprehensive receivable solution enables thousands of institutions to flexibly meet the diverse needs of millions of students worldwide, while increasing cash flow and improving operational efficiency. To simplify your payment process and experience the difference, contact us today.
Good Lord. That was some word salad stock video disaster. None of that was actually shot for them. It was stock video that was done and purchased and bought and probably done with venture capital money before they IPO'd. Let's be honest, that's what's actually going on here. So let's just see. The only thing that may not make sense if you're watching is an AR platform, which is accounts receivable, which is, how long it takes someone to pay money. You'll sign up for a college class and you have to pay within the first few days of the class, but you're already in the class, so you have an account receivable once you start it. So in the education department, you've got that accounts receivable, thousands of institutions, hundreds of education partners, millions of transactions, 40% reduction in call. Oh, sorry. I'm not showing you what's going on. Let's take a look at it. So comprehensive receivables, institutions, students, education agents, and partners. Manage student information, easily remind. So they're talking about collections agencies that colleges hire. Pretty funny. Millions of transactions from students worldwide, billions in payments, 40% reduction in call volume. You know what that means? That means you need less employees in your billing department. They're not saying the quiet part out loud. I love this. Someone might say, "This guy's a Grinch. He doesn't have a heart." But guess what? If you're making money, who gives a crap? That's my feeling. You're making money. Who gives a crap? 40% reduction in call volume means 40% reduction in you need people to chase up calls. 50% increase in payment plan enrollment. 50% more money. 20% increase in collections. You don't have to chase people down for money as much. Again, they're making numbers look good. Students in India, passport to higher education, a global study. Okay, that's their higher education. I want to look at their main industries because I think it's interesting. And hopefully they have a video for each industry. That would be wonderful. But this will show you some of the... So Advent Health is a health organization that's actually in Orlando that I know of, and that's one of the ones that they're using there. I'm not familiar with the rest of these personally. Not saying they're not big or anything like that. Stories from providers. I'm looking for a video. Get a demo. So it looks like they're managing the accounts. They use predictive analysis to figure out who's going to pay and who you have to track, who you have to track down. Surveys each and every... Okay, perfect. So, Flywire surveys each and every patient after they use our platform. With over 100 million patients surveyed, we know what patients want. Simplified billing, affordable options, empowering tools, and universal healthcare in the U.S. That's not there, but, that's a thing. So let's see. Get a demo. Happy patients, better outcomes. Engage patients, drive results. 2 times more likely to pay in full. That means you don't need multiple people in your medical office chasing up money. 5 times more likely to recommend. And NPS, which is a Net Promoter Score. We've talked about this on this channel before, but what a Net Promoter Score is it's the amount of people that give your product a 8, 9, or 10 generally out of 10, versus the amount of people that give your product a 1 through 5. Generally, 6 and 7s are thrown out. So 51 NPS is good. Apple's got about a 65 to 70 NPS nowadays. It used to be upwards of 80, but it's a Net Promoter Score of, people will tell people to use that same service. Here from all of our happy patients. People happy to pay their medical bills. I don't believe it. Get a demo, everything like that. Okay, let's take a look. Healthcare. Let's look at travel. Oh, look. Solves payment challenges in the travel business. Again, I want to give you... This is a deep dive. This is not meant to be quick. I want to give you the idea of what the company does. We're going to look at the financials. So we're going to look at this video because we're going to look at every video they have on their main site. We're not going to go digging or anything like that. We're taking a look at 3 videos so far because I want you to see how the company presents themselves to investors, presents themselves to clients. Hopefully we're going to get to an investors page and we'll see how it presents it to investors. Then we're going to dive into the actual financials and see, do they make money? Should you have your money in this? But let's go ahead. Let's look at how they handle the travel side of things.
Flywire helps travel businesses reduce costs and improve guest experience when collecting payments. Without Flywire, travel payments can be costly and inefficient, requiring the business to work with multiple vendors like payment processors, merchant banks, and more. The process results in difficult manual reconciliation, high fees on both sides of the transaction, and no dedicated support for payers or merchants. We solve these pain points through our Flywire Advantage, the combination of our next-gen payment platform, our proprietary global payment network,
and our travel-specific software, backed by our deep industry expertise, to improve both sides of the payment equation. Guests pay in their local currency and with their preferred payment method, whether it be credit card, local bank transfer, mobile wallets, or other local payment methods. Flywire leverages our significant scale to ensure travel businesses and guests alike enjoy low fees and competitive exchange rates. Businesses receive the exact amount that they bill in the currency of their choice for both domestic and international payments, all reconciled to the penny. If there are any questions along the way, Flywire's around-the-clock multilingual support and dedicated account managers are there to help. To learn more, visit travel.flywire.com and request a demo today.
All right, so it's definitely a software as a service play, which we could have guessed. But essentially, they are reducing friction. I love when one of my favorite things is when a company reduces friction. I'm already in this $60, $140. I'll probably go up to about $10,000 tomorrow at market open. So, you'll watch this video about noon. I should have been, I would have been in another $4,000 in this based on what I'm seeing so far. I like it. I'm researching this company live with you because I'm showing you my process of how I would research a company because I think it's kind of interesting. So yeah, they're about reducing friction. One of the things that was important, I think the most important thing in this video, let me find it. Okay, there we go. Difficult manual reconciliation. What they're saying is it's hard to chase people down for money. It's hard to make sure they paid and everything like that. That platform takes care of it. That platform also removes an entire department from your business. But hey, if you're a company or you're a CEO, you're a C-suite person looking at this, you're like, you know that meme where the guy's hiding behind the tree? It's like, I can lay off $500,000 worth of people by getting this software. And I guarantee you it doesn't cost $500,000. But that's what I'm seeing. Let's look at technology and partners. So I've just gone up to industries. I've gone to B2B. Trusted by Apps, Flyer, NSF, USC. Okay, so how Flywire solves B2B payments with an all-in-one accounts receivable. So B2B is business to business. So like, let's say someone's building a house and they need to buy wood. So how you would buy the wood and stuff like that. We're going to take a look at this video. Then we're going to take a look in the resources because I think we've looked at all of their industries. Take a look at the platform. I want to know how much it costs too, just to get an idea. And I want to know if they accept crypto because I haven't seen any Bitcoin symbols.
When it comes to getting paid, Flywire helps businesses reduce cost and improve client experience. Without Flywire, B2B payments can be costly and inefficient, requiring the business to work with multiple vendors like payment processors, merchant banks, and more. The process results in difficult manual reconciliation, high fees on both sides of the transaction, and no dedicated support. We solve these pain points through our Flywire Advantage.
So what you'll see, I'm going to go back to this. I will continue this video to play out, but you're seeing the same video kind of pitched with different titles and stuff. I don't mean to show you the same video over and over, but we're looking at how they pitch to these different industries. So I think that's very important to at least comprehend that they're doing. I will play the rest of that video, though.
The combination of our next-gen payments platform, our proprietary global payment network, and our vertical-specific software backed by our deep industry expertise to solve both sides of the payment equation. Clients pay in their local currency with their preferred payment method, whether it be credit card, ACH, or other local payment methods. Flywire leverages our significant scale to ensure merchants and payers alike enjoy low fees and competitive exchange rates. Businesses receive the exact amount that they bill in the currency of their choice for both domestic and international payments, all reconciled within a single solution. And if there are any questions along the way, Flywire's around-the-clock multilingual support is there to help. To learn more, visit b2b.flywire.com and request a demo today.
So the order we looked at that is actually quite interesting. You can see that that was the original video. If you really paid attention to what was going on there, and I do, they didn't really have the education thing there. You didn't see, if you can rewind it, and all the links to all this will be in the description below, but you don't see the little college hat. So the B2P payments is how this company came to be, and they specialized into healthcare, travel, and education. And you'll see, if you look at their, let me jump back to here. If you look at their headlines up here, you'll see they kind of use those because they realized that's where they were getting a lot of their business. So education, healthcare, and travel was where they were getting a lot of their business. So they kind of moved the B2B, which goes down. But let's take a look. Global Payment Network. We're going to look at the whole website. We're going to look at everything they're selling, offering to people. Contact us. 240 currencies. Come on, give me the damn currencies. Trustly. Venmo. Alipay. Aww. I don't see crypto. They'll get there. They'll get there. They'll get there. Again, it's very sales focused here. Trying to get businesses to contact them because guess what? That last video told you the truth. They want to save you money. How are they saving you money? By getting rid of employees. As an investor, you like to see that. Let's see, pay by link. So you send someone a link and you say, better have my money. Do you pay me what you owe me? Don't act like you've forgotten. So that thing better have my money. All right. Payment network, increase Flywire adoption and retention. Nothing crazy there. Embedded, so you can put it on your own website. If you want to, you've got an online payment that's embedded in your own website. Checkout. So you can actually have a cart. Let's just see. Checkout mode will pop up, allows the payer to choose their payment method and complete a payment as little as one step while remaining on your site. So checkout's a little bit, it's very similar to the embedded, but it's a little more integrated in the carting experience of sorts and having like a shopping cart. API, so you can actually build it directly in. So they have an API that pulls into their network. And invoicing. When you talk about accounts receivable, it's all about invoicing. I'm not going to try and introduce crazy terms like net 30, net 60, and things like that. But generally, you will set terms of how long it would take to pay back a loan. That's the point. You would give a loan as a company for someone else, and it's like a net 30 or a net 60, meaning they have to pay you a certain amount and then pay the remainder in a certain period of time. So it makes the invoices for you. This is kind of very similar to an SAP or QuickBooks, other things like that, but it does look a little bit more technologically centered. I'm really hoping they give me pricing on the website. How you benefit real time. You can see when someone pays. Real-time automated reconciliation. That means you can see when someone pays their money. Significant reduction in wire and merchant transfer fees. Yeah, because you don't need, they're running everything there. Sign up as a payer, find my bill. So if I have someone to pay, I put my billing reference ID, which I obviously don't have because I'm not paying anything. And they have an app for iPhone and Android. I'm not going to have it open the App Store right now. But they do have an app for iPhone and Android that integrates with NetSuite. That's the one I was talking about. So NetSuite does do a lot of the same things that it does, but I guess they do the processing and stuff so you don't have to outsource to a third party. Okay, webinars, white papers? Okay, I'll leave that to read on your own, but white paper is kind of an interesting thing. Oh, case studies and white papers. Very similar to stop through. Ooh, I'm doing this live. I do no research before I do this. It makes it a lot more fun. Stop throwing people at your patient engagement problem. Stop hiring people to get more money. The future of timeshare. Timeshare? What the heck? This is actually interesting. So they're looking to go into more of a travel industry. Oh. Timeshare industry. I hate timeshares. But, access to an interactive white paper. I might take a look at that later. But definitely, if you are interested in this, it's in resources and white papers. And I would do that yourself. They have ebooks, data sheets, about values, leadership. Don't really care about that. Diversity, inclusion. Don't really care about that. Sorry. It's all bullshit to pander to people. I only care about money. That's what I care about. Everything else is bullshit. Looks to be... So NASDAQ. They launched on NASDAQ. publicly traded company on the NASDAQ. Let's see where that takes me. It takes me to investor page. Yes, okay, I am on an investor page eventually. Yeah, there we go. So we got an investor page, which is something that's going to be useful. Again, this is just horse crap. Sorry, guys. If you don't believe the diversity and inclusion of Flywire and all these companies that are saying it is horse crap, it's horse crap. All they care about is profits. If it's a private company, okay. You're a private company, make diversity and inclusion a big thing. But when you're a public company, this is horse crap. This is so you don't get canceled. What we believe in, I'm not even going to deal with that right now. Security, partner program, contact. I do like to look what they're hiring for. So when I when I do a deep dive, I like to look what they're hiring for. And why I look for what they're hiring for is I like to see where the company is headed. So and what it's going to cost them. So you see their current openings in engineering. It's probably taking me to current job openings. Okay, perfect. So we've got a lot of different remote jobs engineering, and it does not seem to be a... Okay, there's a full stack engineer. So they're hiring a lot of engineering jobs. Each of these jobs, well, for the U.S. jobs, I can't speak for their national jobs. Each of these jobs they have listed are hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in the engineering field, and that's why they're probably not going with as many U.S. jobs as you would think. Romania is a very cheap place. I have a lot of friends in Romania. Romania is a very cheap place to hire. Spain's a cheaper place to hire, so is Singapore. It looks like they have a lot of their team in Romania and Spain, which are much cheaper places to hire. And probably, I will tell you, Eastern Europe, again, I'm not trying to get political here, but Ukraine has a lot of good people you can outsource to as well. So sales directors for healthcare, relationship manager for EDU, implementation specialist for EDU. This is what I've done in the past as an implementation specialist. I've worked this job before in a SaaS company, so I just want to kind of... Flywire is a global payment system. Don't worry. No pants is here to stay. But no such thing as a typical day. Understand the Flywire products. Fluent in English and naturally chatty. University graduate. Ability to code in HTML and JavaScript. And that's for integrating stuff into websites. Great problem-solving skills. Competitive, including stock options. Competitive time off. Including fly better days to volunteer in causes you believe in. Again, this isn't a job application. But I just want to take a look at what they're hiring for. Payment experience associate. So they're doing a lot of hiring internationally where things are cheaper. That's the real answer. So even even this company is value engineering itself. It's kind of interesting. Value engineering means you get rid of people by using technology. I like it. Nothing really rubs me wrong yet. I do want to see, you'll see we've got different links here for their Twitter, for their LinkedIn, for their Facebook, for their WeChat, because they must be pretty big in China, for their Instagram, and for their Venmo. Interestingly, the YouTube link is missing. So, and the next place we'll go to investors after, but let's take a look. They have a reasonable number of followers. Seems to be pretty active account right here. We got Fly Black. Okay. That's part of their diversity and inclusion that you have to do as a public company nowadays so you don't get canceled. That's just the way the world works. Looks pretty active. LinkedIn. They have 44,000 followers on LinkedIn. Boston, Massachusetts, from 500 to 1,000 employees. B2B global payments, financial services, founded in 2011. Flywire, we got on Facebook, 6,000 people on Facebook. They have the classic Ukraine heart, because we have to do that nowadays. That's all I'm going to say. It's part of the equity and inclusion budget. They're on WeChat, so they must be pretty big in China, because they've got a QR code for WeChat, which is pretty much Chinese Facebook. You get your global credit score, you get everything like that. So maybe a lot of those job hires, again, we're just looking, they're based in Boston, but a lot of those job hires in China might not be because it's cheap, but might be because they're getting more local, just out of strange interest. Let's see if that is a different Twitter. Okay, so that is a Chinese Twitter, but it doesn't want me going to, or, an Asian Twitter. And that is their career site. So inside Flywire, get an inside look at their company culture. Again, that's that's part of their diversity play. Hate to say it. And you could see, just to see some of the all Flywire, let's just see how many following collections. They have a pro membership, so they're actually paying to be there. Flywire streamlines payment experience. Okay, you know what? Let's take a look at one of these. I want to find one that interests me. University Advent Health. I know this company. I want to watch this, and then we're going to look into the investments. So Advent Health, as far as I know, is a healthcare organization that's in Orlando. I'm just making sure there's nothing else interesting here. So let's look at a case study for a business and how that actually works. So let's pull that up. Maybe. Okay, here we go. So let's take a look at Flywire Advent Health.
Advent Health is a hospital organization primarily in the southeastern part of the United States. We were very much in a very dated environment when it comes to engaging patients on their balances, primarily sending paper statements to people and having them call us back on the phone. While we did have a website, it provided very little information. You had to just trust that the balance that we showed you was correct, because you got no detail about what your insurance might have paid. Your only options were to pay or to call us. You couldn't make any self-service payment arrangements, ask any questions, anything of that type. There's also an affordability problem we're trying to address. 47% of Americans don't have $400 savings to pay healthcare bills. That's sort of what caused us to embark on our journey to look for a digital engagement partner. We've done a number of interesting things with Flywire in presenting ahead of time what that patient's going to owe for their upcoming surgery or their upcoming lab diagnostic or their imaging study. And we've been able to increase collections by as much as 30 and 40% on the pre-service collections specifically. It's much better to engage that patient, let them know what they owe, and provide that information up front to be as transparent as possible. The compelling thing for us was just the ability to display to the patient something that's very understandable. There was a lot of care given in the design and the UI. We offer payment arrangements in-house for up to 24 months and then consumer financing options after that. We've increased our self-service channel of payment collections by as much as 70%, which ultimately is increasing the efficiency by reducing the phone calls that patients are making. We've been very successful in increasing that self-service channel over time with the Flywire partnership.
That's really interesting. And again, they're talking about saving that money. I really like where this is headed. I want to watch one of the other videos. Let's see the payment experience for a travel company. I want to look at all of these because, we're doing a deep dive. This is not meant to be surface level. This is meant to be a deep dive, understand what the company does. So we're actually going to watch these remaining two because I actually liked that one a lot more than I expected I would like. And I'm doing this live so we can kind of see the different industries. Advent Health, which is a healthcare industry. You've got the University of Tennessee, which is the education industry. And you've got a Numo Bay Resort. So we're going to look at the fun travel one next because I'm about to go on a trip to the Pacific Northwest. So that's coming up. You'll see a review of that trip on here. Kind of interestingly, you will see a review of that trip, even though we're a financial channel. I like to throw in a bit of travel reviews from time to time. But let's take a look at these other two. We're going to take a look first at the travel one, and then we're going to go dig into financials.
Nemo Bay is a wilderness resort remotely located in the southern part of the Great Bear Rainforest, which is just off the northern tip of Vancouver Island in British Columbia. And people that come to Nemo Bay are usually looking for adventure, for wilderness, for wildlife. Oftentimes guests leave in tears just feeling so moved by the place. What really appealed to us about Flywire originally was just their ease in payments for credit cards, because at the time our credit card payment was not easy by any stretch. People would have to go to the bank to do a bank wire transfer, or they'd have to call us with their credit card information. We'd have to write it down. There's a lot of room for error, and if someone had a trouble with a bank wire, we'd have to try to resolve it on our own. If not, we'd have to call the bank. It was just very complicated. There was nothing easy about our payment system. One of the great things about Flywire is it will automatically convert into their currency if they wish. Then they have the option of paying by credit card or by wire transfer, and it's just a click right from their living room, right from their computer, right from their phone. So it's just made the payment process so much simpler and easier for them. I've been totally blown away with how much it really transformed our payment system for both our side of things as well as our guest side of things. Within our work week, we save about 25% of our time not having to worry about payments. It really allows us to focus on our customer care and really giving us the space and time to really focus on our guest experience. I can't say enough good things about Flywire and how it's transformed our business. We've saved money with Flywire, and just working with the Flywire team has been an absolute delight.
Yeah, so that's a Canadian company that likely gets a lot of American credit cards, and transferring those over with the international fees could be a pain in the butt. So getting this friction is actually really quite interesting. So you've got that southeastern United States company, which is Advent Health. I know they're in Orlando, don't really know where else. You've got a Canadian company that takes American credit cards and American payments and American dollars and has to transfer them over. And we're going to look last at a Knoxville University in Tennessee, and that's going to give us the full picture on what Flywire provides. And now the question comes, do they make money? We know they don't when looking at the high level, but they make money, but they don't make profit, I guess is the word. Do they make a profit? No, they don't. But do they make money, and do they have a potential to make money in the future? Potentially they do. So let's take a look at this last video here.
Out of our 30,000 students, we have international students from approximately 60 countries. They're a very vibrant population. Before Flywire, all of the payments were handled through my office, and we had open windows, and students would come and they would stand in line and pay us. The international students would want to use a credit card, and we couldn't take credit card payments online, so they would bring us stacks of cash, and carrying all that cash was dangerous for the international student. It was a huge safety concern that we wanted to get away from. Flywire was a perfect solution at the perfect time. It made it very easy for the students to go online and pay. The student can now log into the university portal. They go in and tell how much they want to pay and what currency they want to pay it in, and then it's automatically transferred and posted to their account. We don't cancel international students now because their payment didn't get here in time because of the reporting available in Flywire. So it's taken a lot of stress off the students and the parents. They know the payment is here. Everything is UT branded. We have a very distinctive orange color here. So when the student clicks on that link and they see that orange, they know that they're at the right spot. They really don't realize it's anybody other than UT that they're dealing with, which makes it great. Flywire is there to assist in any way that we need it. They are our pre-collection go-to. It pays for itself. We've collected millions of dollars. We're turning fewer over to collection agencies. The student can go in, they can set up a payment plan. So it's really helped a lot of our students get back on track, made it easier for them to pay. We love our Flywire. It's made a big difference to us.
Oh, I love it. Everything we guessed. Everything we guessed. I've not done any research here. It's all about getting rid of employees and saving money. Which means when executives find out about Flywire, they're going to sign up with this right away. And you know what that's going to do to investors in Flywire? That's going to make that chart look really good in the near future. So just a little look at where we're headed. I think that's going to make that chart look super, super awesome in the near future. But let's go ahead. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's look at their investment profile. So we're going to jump to investors on the Flywire page. Give me just a second. So we've got resource company, investors, investor relations. All right. News releases. Here's what we really care about. We care about the annual earning report, which, oh my God, look at timing again. Let's see how good we're doing here. My person who asked me to do this at poker must have known that the annual report came out 2 days ago. Talk about timing. We can look at their annual report from 2 days ago. I love it. S8, statement of changes, beneficial ownership. Let's take a look at their 10K. It's probably not going to be pretty. It's going to look like an S1. Maybe they can make it pretty. This is Flywire leading vertical payments integration solutions. And we're looking at SEC filings. Okay, here we go. Flywire Advantage, global payment network. Still no Bitcoin. I'm sorry. We've seen a lot of this. This is what's been in their videos. But I do want to mention, if you notice that, like, these are all, I'm not going to play these videos again, but these are all 8 months ago, right before the IPO. So what they did is, before the IPO, they took their B2B stuff and they specialized their B2B stuff. So that's what they really did, is they took their B2B stuff and specialized the heck out of it. Existing client revenue growth. Look at that. So let's explain what some of this is, because I think this is interesting to kind of explain. Well, let's zoom out once. I want to talk about this chart. So what you'll see, if you look at this chart, you will see different cohorts. So those are companies that joined Flywire as clients of theirs, so as customers of theirs, using what you're investing in now. So that's companies that joined Flywire on a specific date range and how they grew. So it's kind of interesting, you know, you've got the different cohorts, and that's just different sets of users for when they join the company. And based on, you know, the people that joined pre-2018, their growth is 45% since COVID's over. Hey, look, even they recognize COVID's over. Sorry. That's what it says. Decrease in volume due to COVID. 2018 cohort, 2021 cohort, they are growing. We have rapidly grown since our founding. We generated revenue of $201 million, $138 million, and $94 million for the years December. So they are growing, but probably with all that hiring, their costs are growing too. Benefits of Flywire. Okay, let's we're gonna skim this. This is not an IPO. Company already exists. It's already have some movements. How it works: integrated, flexible, secure, end-to-end processing. So they process the money, they get you the money. Next-gen payment platform. So, yep. I'm going to make sure this document is linked below. Revenue side networks, no matter vertical or market they're in. Top payment corridors. Korea, hopefully south, not north. Their main things are Canada, US, Mexico. China's real big. Australia and New Zealand, Japan. Global payout. We enable our clients to automate disbursements. All right, so, and they also do financing. May have pays in full, adjusted email. So that shows you the flow. This is the kind of thing I like to see as an investor. Business model, international payment flow, billing, customer pays. Flywire does the foreign exchange themselves, deposits it, and then updates your system. Domestic flow. They're also plan selection. Student selects the plan, payment method. Okay. So their domestic stuff is more for education. And you can have all these different things. So they tie into the existing software as a service for EDU, for education websites, healthcare. So they have an API which works as part of a software as a service platform, which is great. These are things that they're going to put in an investment prospectus that they're not really going to talk about until they get on with your technical person. So I'm just checking what else I see here. I'm not going to read this whole file. I'm looking for pretty pictures because they make pretty pictures because they want you to see them. Okay. This is important. This is similar to what we've seen in S1s in the past. We have a history of operating losses and may not achieve or sustain profitability in the future. They're incorporated in 2009 and have experienced net losses since inception. We've never made a profit. We've never made a profit. Let's be very clear. They've never made a profit. And they're probably going to say, we expect our expenses to increase in future periods, which could affect our future operating results if our revenue does not increase. They're hiring millions of dollars of employees to sell this. If they can't get the sales up, that's going to happen. Now, you see their existing cohorts, their existing groups of people that join are becoming better customers. So, extending into new international markets, acquisitions, strategic investments. This reads very similar to an S1 where we are right now. This is their first yearly document they filed after going public, so it's going to read very similar to an S1. And an S1 is what a company files before an IPO, which shows their history. So financial operations, seasonal, yep. Ain't nobody going to a cabin in the woods in Canada during the winter. So that cabin in the woods in Canada is only paying for itself for 4 or 5 months of the year. So it's only paying for Flywire 4 or 5 months of the year. Now, the hospital's going to pay year round, but that cabin in the woods in Canada, not so much. Yep. Hey, look. Our business serving clients in the travel sector may be sensitive to events affecting the travel industry in general. If COVID happens again or we have a new COVID variant, our travel business is going to go to El Poo-Poo. So that's what they're trying to say. United States have implemented a proposed, unable to grow to new verticals. So different. They've got education. They've got B2B, which is overarching term for everything they don't have. But they're specializing in education, in healthcare, and in one other field, which is slipping my mind right now. I can always go right here. Education, healthcare, and travel. Oh, just talking about travel. Yeah. So I don't see anything crazy here, but let's get to the money. They've lost money. We're not talking about a company that's making money. Let's be very clear. But they're very clear when they're pitching to people to buy their product that they're all about saving money, which is keyword for getting rid of your employees that are costing you money in your accounting department, which I love. You've got that one purser, she openly said that they're closing their student collection windows because students were bringing cash and stuff like that. There's people that worked in those collection windows. That woman can sit behind her desk like a maniacal dictator now and just make all the money herself. That's hundreds of thousands of dollars a year right there that they don't have to pay people. Wonderful. Sorry, I might be a terrible human being, but that's what's happening. They're founded in the state of Delaware. Who would have thunk it? Talking about the number of shares, outstanding options and warrants, comparison to total cumulative return. So they're saying they were doing better than the S&P, and then they took a nosedive in September of 2021, and everything took a nosedive by the end of 2021. It's a great time to dollar cost average out. I hope you watched that video and got some money in your dollar cost average, because tax time's coming up and DCA helps you there. Okay, oh, here we go. So they did buy some stuff. They made a charitable foundation, international invoicing. So they've done a bunch of acquisitions. They launched a payment platform. They had a payment network, and then they expanded to different countries. They bought a company called Unipay, bought a company called OnPlan, bought a company called Simply. So they're buying companies like crazy. And you'll see 2021, they had 2,500 clients, and they bought WPM. So combination, rapid domestic international payments volume growth. It's a growth company. Yeah, May 28, 2001, they did their IPO like we were seeing before. Offering price was $24 a share, and it spiked because it opened at $34 a share. So it says $24 a share, but opened at $34 a share. If we take a look right there, you'll see that's a $34 share right there, and now we're sitting at $30. So we're sitting below the IPO price, which is an interesting. We derive revenue from platform usage-based fees. It's earned through payment processing services provided for clients. The fee earned on each transaction consists of a rate applied to the total payment volume of the transaction, which can be based on the payment method. Pair conversion. If you're used to crypto, you pair one currency to another, or you do Forex, you pair one currency to the other, there's an exchange rate. They're taking all of that on their own. And they, lost. 2019. But Uber, other companies like that have never made money either. And Tesla never made money till 8-9 years in existence. So I don't look at that. The question is percentage of revenue less ancillary services. Again, you can look at this all, but they are losing money. There's not a lie that they're losing money. Increased utilization, so they're key factors. Our ability to monetize our payment platform, global platform, important part of our business model today. We charge a fee-based model on the total payment volume we produce. Our revenue payment increases as our clients process more transactions, payment platform, and more money is collected through the global payment network. Increase average size of payments. Payment goes up, they make more money. It's a percentage. Seasonality, COVID on the travel industry, diversified mix of clients. business community, payment processing center costs, because they have to pay to do that, so they're not passing that on. And interest expense, they had a loan that they took. They had some warrants that they put out that let you buy stocks at a certain price, which could be driving the price down a little bit right now because we're coming around to a year, and those warrants are going to come up for play in about a month. But once those disappear, things get a lot more interesting. So, revenue is up. Look at that. Revenue is up pretty majorly. What is that? Platform usage-based fee revenue, transactional revenue. Yeah, revenue's up 40% year over year, 2019 and 2020. So, and probably even more over time. Yeah. So that's dollars and millions. Again, lost. It's okay. But they lost a little bit less there. Well, I lost a little bit less there. Percentage change. All right. Companies losing money. I'm going to scroll to the end of this document. Doom scroll. Preferred stocks. They're just talking about weighted average inputs using the warrants, which warrants allow you to buy a stock essentially at the IPO price. Not a huge deal. Market cap, I'll tell you, is about $3 billion. Yeah. $3.21 billion is the market cap there. So they have an accumulated deficit of about $120 million. But the question is, do you like the product and do you think their product will grow? I'm just making sure there's no other interesting graphics here. I think we have all the numbers out of the way. They've never made money. They got close. I think they got close to making money one quarter. Actually, they did make money in one quarter, but they didn't make money for the year. So they did make money in one quarter in an earnings per share perspective, but not over the entire year. Again, I leave this whole document for you to look at. I don't want this to be a multiple hour long video, but I want to talk to you about how I'm already playing this and how I want to play this up. Okay, so you'll see earnings. They had one quarter where they made 12 cents-ish. But we're talking about analyst ratings, and you'll see the analysts, like we said at the beginning, say buy, or hold. I like it. I'm already in by about $6,000. I'm going to add another $4,000 probably tomorrow, which would be going another, let's say I add another 100 shares tomorrow. So I'm going to buy another 100 shares at market price to just get in. It is 2:31 in the morning. This is not going to execute right now. And I don't really care what price it executes at because I'm taking this for a hold right now. I'm taking this for a long hold. But I want to look at one more potential thing here, which is options. So options give you a lot more leverage than just margin or things like that. So I'm going to try and look at what the price would be on some options that I want to buy, because I really like where this is headed. And I think once the warrants start expiring, which is a year after the IPO date, you might be able to get some options. So let's look at September. Right now, the price of the stock is $30. So if I wanted to buy some options for September, I would pay for a $30 call. So I like to buy in the money. I would pay $6. So I'd need a 17% raise to make that worth my money. Or pay $8 there. I actually like that $30 call for September 16th, 2022. So if I click right here, I want to buy. I'll buy one. If this executes, it executes for $6. So that will be $600. So I'm buying one option for $6. I'm going to translate what that means. So I'm paying $600 to have the option, well, if this goes through, I'm paying $600 to have the option for 100 extra shares. So I'm buying 100 shares in cash, and I'm paying $600 to have the option for any dollars it is above, technically $30, but to get a little more specific, let me go back into the option. We're going to buy an option. So trade options. Let's see what it costs again. So any amount that the stock is above $36, because I'm buying it for $6, any amount it is for a relatively cheap price, so for $600 instead of $3,000 for the same price I just bought normal shares for, I would get anything it is above the $30, and that's set to a time frame, $36, because I paid $6 for the option. It would be within that time frame. I really like where this is headed. If you really read between the lines of what they're doing, as an investor, They're saving companies hundreds of thousands of dollars. The one thing we didn't find, I do want to see if I can find Flywire pricing. Flywire. What they're charging is nearly irrelevant, and I think that's kind of interesting. Since we're looking at competitors, because I don't think they're going to announce pricing. I think pricing is dealt on an individual basis. But we're taking a look. Here's the different companies that compete with them. And you'll see that realistically, so this is a Grojo. This is showing you who competes with them. And I mean, you don't have many in that field yet that are that big unless we sort by revenue. But that's the close. Flywire has 716 employees, so we have an exact number. And Flywire's estimated revenue per employee is $185,000. So like I said, when they're hiring people, let's zoom in here. I really like this. I love this site. I've never seen this before. Grojo. So they've gotten a total of $323 million in outside funding, and they're currently worth, after the IPO, $3.21 billion. They have an estimated revenue of $133 million per year. Yeah, and none of these competitors have I really heard of before. Nor do they have, some of them have some larger employees, but not really heard of them before. Flywire grew their employee count by 38% last year. That's what's happening. Understand, that's what's happening. It's actually super funny if you think about it. And I'm going to wrap up right now. But essentially, Flywire is growing their employees to help accounts payable departments fire their employees. I like it. If you look at this analyst rating, when you got let's add another analyst, because we've just done a whole analysis of it. We've looked at what their business model is. We look, they don't make money, but they're offering something so nice and juicy to businesses that it's juicy. If I was running a business and I was collecting money, I would definitely use Flywire. So we're gonna say 10 analyst ratings. I'm not really an analyst. I'm just a guy on YouTube who wears no pants, but 10 analyst ratings say to buy, because I am buying. 10 analyst ratings, 9 of them say to buy, 1 of them says to hold, nobody's saying to sell. I'm going to give this a big recommendation for myself. You see the actions I did. I'm not telling you to buy it, I'm just showing you what I did. But this is a deep dive look at Flywire, which is symbol FLYW. My name's Richard from No Pants Profits. If you have any questions, feel free to post them below. But remember, with No Pants Profits, when you're wearing no pants, the only thing you have left to lose is your shirt. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. Check out the deep dives on some other deep dives in the playlist. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Have a great one. Bye.